I don't know if you see my dog just running back and forth outside. Hello. Today I just wanted to bring you along as I potted up some of my violas. Here are some violas that I started actually at the end of December. These are brushstroke violas and I'm really excited to try them out in the landscape. They look beautiful in all the pictures. I am hoping I'm gonna get them to almost bloom inside before they're ready to plant out. Probably I'll be able to plant them up in the containers, which will warm up first before the ground. So I have a few containers in the front, the ones by the door, that I want to try these out in. Honestly, I did probably start them too early, but I just needed something to do. It's been really nice just to have something to monitor and to watch grow. Jake, what's that? Leave that alone. Wanna go outside? Oh my gosh. So I have a tray, I have a few 6-pack cells. I don't know how many can fit on this, maybe 72. And I'm gonna see how many I can get potted up. Hopefully it doesn't take. This has been really nice. I started them on soil blocks on this, or in this self-watering container. So it has like a stand. Let me show you. There's a stand in here and then a wicking mat just above it that goes down into, like, you fill the bottom with water, and it just keeps these things watered. I don't have to do anything to them, which has been really nice. The soil blocks, and this was my first time soil blocking, they're kind of a mess right now, and I probably did leave some of these to grow for too long. I filled in the rest with some extra seed when not everything germinated. I used some old seed for this, but it turned out fine. I have a lot of brushstroke seeds. And honestly, I will probably start even more of these later on, maybe in a couple of weeks or so. Something I also want to show you, let me go get it real quick. I have started planning basically when I'm going to sow seeds for each week from now till the start of spring, when I think I can start planting outside. And let me get that board. Here it is. And it probably doesn't seem like much, but honestly, it gives me such a peace of mind, just so I don't have to keep thinking, oh, when am I gonna start these seeds? Am I too late? Am I too early? Which now it's pretty much early to be starting most things. And even though, you know, those dates aren't exact, it's by week, and even then I think I'll probably end up pushing some things back and forth. But yeah, it was super helpful just to go through all of my seeds, look at the back of the seed packet, or look online, see, you know, when it's typically advised to start to plant them out. And I kind of worked backwards. I pretty much made a grid with every week until the middle of May, which is probably around when we're gonna have our last frost. You know, it might be even after that, but I do have the hoop house. Hopefully things will go well. Last year, it was pretty early on. Our last frost was pretty early, so I'm hoping for that again this year. Anyways, and then I just started counting back from the week to determine when I was going to plant everything. And I also kind of tried to space things out just to give myself something to do and something to look forward to, because I love starting seeds. I just love doing something for the garden. So I did kind of want to spread it out so that every week I'll have a little something to do. And for this week, I think what I'm just going to plan to do is pot up these violas and then start another succession of stock. I have just a little bit of stock started, and those I know it's early, but I do want to get them in the hoop house as early as I can in March. The thing is that stock likes to bloom when it starts to get to 13 hours of daylight. And that is pretty early on in Alaska. Well, not early on, but once it gets, you know, into the season, daylight hours increase like exponentially. So it's best if these are in the ground at a time where they can grow until it reaches that 13 hours of day length. And I look online, I'll link it below, the site that I use just to find the amount of daylight hours in my area. So yeah, that is why I'm starting these seeds early, and I have the hoop house hopefully, which will allow me to actually grow these flowers correctly. Not violas, I'm talking about the stock, but Violas, I am happy because everything is taking up so much space, especially now as I'm potting them on. And hopefully these can get moved out into the hoop house, even when it's too cold for a lot of things, before I start a ton of my other summer seeds like tomatoes, peppers, things like that. So I'm just going to move this aside and I'll get these filled with soil. And I'm just reusing these cell packs. I didn't really wash them. I didn't have any issues with any of the plants in any of my cell packs. So I'm expecting this to be just fine. You know what? I'm gonna leave a little bit more space than usual so that I can fit these cell blocks, and then I'll just cover over with any extra soil that I need to. Okay, I'll grab more cell packs later. Let me just see how this is gonna work. And some of these seedlings did get pretty leggy because I didn't set up my my shelving unit with all the grow lights in it. So these were actually here on my table when they started to germinate. But I'm hoping it's fine. I think I'll actually plant these a little bit deeper in so I can fill it with soil and it won't be so floppy. Yeah, I might have left them for a bit too long. The roots are starting to get, I don't know if you can see, it's a pretty long root, but they're all starting to grow together. I got a whole tray done. I doubled up in some of the cells for the smaller, like little tiny seedlings. I am just going to water these in, and probably starting next week I'll start fertilizing them. Hopefully, again, my plan is to hopefully get them to a place where they're blooming or almost blooming by the time I'm ready to plant them out. You know, I think this potting up was definitely a little messier than it needed to be. I started another tray of violas, but they are Frizzle Sizzle Blue Yellow Swirl violas. I just started them all together, just sprinkled them across like a little container of soil. And for those, I think I'm going to transplant them into cell packs like this when they have about 1 or 2 sets of true leaves. And that way it won't be so messy, it won't be so hard to pull them apart, especially because I did it quite densely. I scattered the seed quite densely. So I'll be more on top of it for those violas. I thought I was going to start a succession of stock seedlings today, but I don't think I have enough soil. I have to go to the store and get some. What I also did was I went to the hoop house for the first time in a while just to check up on things. It's been quite warm these past few days. By warm, I just mean it's gone up to above 32 degrees during the day. It was like 33 degrees in there when I checked. I just went to see if the kale plants I had were still alive. A lot of them were. I had some broccoli in there that were too small, so I don't think they're alive anymore. Those are things that I'll need to start from seed again. I think I'll start more kale as well. But I just, went to see how it was. I did end up gluing the zipper door together again and putting some more tape on. There was just like some big holes there. And I really just wanted to go in and just be there and sort of get mentally prepared to start working in there again soon, maybe in another month or so. And it helped also to start to visualize where I'm going to be planting different things, where I'm going to be keeping my tomatoes, peppers, where I'm going to be putting the Lysianthus and all these flowers that I didn't do last year in the hoop house. So I need to be making space in there for those this year. And it's just, some inspiration for me to walk around. Even though it's pretty dead in there, there's not a lot going on at all. I've been shaking the snow off, a few times. In the last few days, the snow has all melted off of the top, any that still lingered there. And that was just nice to get into that mental space again. Anyways, I don't think I'll be starting the stock succession seedlings. I don't think I'll be soil blocking them today. I think I'll wait to do them another time when I can go to the store and get more soil, maybe in a couple of days or so. I'm going to be putting these under the grow lights. I set up another shelf just because I know I'm collecting more and more seedlings, or I'm starting more and more seedlings for it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.